Hello. Hey everyone. How you guys doing? Sorry for the delay. Give me 1 minute. Alright. My bad. I was running a little behind today. I was running all over town getting supplies. So, a little late. That's all right. Glad all of my regulars are here. Hi, CFL. Hi, Debbie Doo. And hi, Shirley Girl. How y'all doing today? So, what we are doing. Hello. So what we're doing today is I finished this rug already. Okay, this is the Sink rug. This is this company's, one second, let me do this. Boom. You maybe see a little better there. Let's see if I can actually turn this one off. Yeah, there we go. Turn some of my lights off so you guys can see. So I have this being projected right now. This is a comic book cover, is what it is. And this is the company that makes this comic. So I'm gonna make a slightly smaller rug. See, it's actually gonna be right there. Move my little camera out the way. That's all right. I'll know. See, that little shadow is you guys. But we're gonna do this. Dig. I was gonna do this guy today, but I couldn't find his colors, the right orange and the right stuff that I liked. It was either too orange or not orange enough. Because if you look at this character, he is like a fox. It's a fox mask is what it is. Yeah, just like that. Okay, so let me turn my lights back on. And then we'll start the split screen. Okay. All right. Actually, I want to turn this one off because then I can see. I probably should have started with this one first and done the other one second because Sink was definitely a lot harder. But that was kind of the thing. I was like, oh, that's going to be hard. So let's do the other one first. I'm actually going to go quickly turn off that other light. That way I can get the best, because it's a little too bright. So I bought 2 new lights. These are Releno soft boxes. I'll show you what they look like in a minute. So as always, what we do is trace on the image. I put my projector in the front, which means I don't have to flip the image. Which I think is smart. However, you can, you know, if you want, put it in Photoshop or whatever, and you can be able to change that. See, originally I wanted to do this as well, like just put in just like the tip of his ears or something, but I just couldn't find the right thing. Same thing as I would love to do that whole logo, but again, it's a lot of fine detail. that I'm not there yet, and I'm like, you know, I'd rather just like not screw it up. But yeah, let's go look at, because I think actually it goes like that. But let's go look at the front of it again. Make sure how it looks. And yeah, you can see here it's broken up in like multiple pieces. And so we'll be able to get some of that detail, if not all of it. And this is why a lot of other people will put their projector on the other side, because you can see it a little bit easier. But I like it this way so I don't have to flip it. And it looks good in camera. Okay, so we're gonna turn the projector off. Did I put my back? Oh, you know what? I forgot my black yarn upstairs. Hold on. Let me go get it. Okay. I just released a video today on my Instagram of this sink one and how I made it. Oh, you know what? That's fine. I'll do it manually. Because I wanted to get this as well. Oh, whoa. Oh, that's what it is. Hold on one second. There we go. This thing has a stand on it, and if I don't line the stands up, then it will screw with me. All right, and that is 1 inch. I'm actually going to do 1.5 on the top here. And we'll have 1.5 inches between these two. So basically each one will be 0.45. That's all good. So that's plenty of room. And see, as I said, this one will be a lot smaller, which I kind of wanted because it just looks cooler, right? You know, do different sizes. So let me turn my lights back on. That way you guys can see a lot better, hopefully. Okay. I'm actually going to try something new this time. So this is the black that I'm using, and I did not actually get a roll for it. See, like this one is on a roll. Literally a toilet roll. And so I looked up online because I've been watching other people make rugs literally every day now. I watch someone else make a rug too, just to kind of, you know, keep my skills up and learning new things, right? And so that was one of the guys. He was just like, yeah, I used to buy one skein and split it in two. And he was like, now I just buy two. He was like, I don't even worry with wrapping them anymore, like, you know, making them into yarn balls. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll steal that idea then, you know what I mean? I was like, I'll give it a try and see if it works for me. And so we're gonna make this little dig rug. It should be pretty quick. Then after that, I wanna show you, I bought a new thing. So last time we made those flags, and I showed you the 2 different types of yarn and that kind of stuff, and that was what last week was. But this week, let's see, is that a good spot? Let's see, maybe if I put you here. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, so as I was saying, last week we made the flag, and so this week we're going to put the backings on them. I think it was actually Tuesday, right? We'll put the backings on these. I'm going to, you know, we'll do the drawing for this, the glue, and then put backings on the 2 flags with a different type of backing. I just went to a place called SAS. It's like a mill-in store, so it just has all kinds of random fabric. And I found some home decor fabric, like what you would make outdoor chairs out of, okay? And I'm gonna attach that to the back of the rug and see how it works. You know, maybe it's really good, hey, maybe it's really bad, we don't know yet. There we go. We'll see how well that works. I don't know yet. You know, we'll see. In typical fashion, you generally want to be moving upwards. Going down like this is always harder. It's harder on your gun, and it's harder on me. All right. So right off the bat, there's our basic logo. Let me check on it from the front real fast. Thank you. I also, and this has not been trimmed. I mean, the black has, but the white into it. So technically, it'll look even better. Like once I get that a little bit cleaned up, you know, this kind of stuff cleaned up a little bit, then it will look even better. See, like, it's a little pieces there and there, you know, but it'll look even better then. But you really want to glue them before you do like the final one. That way I don't, you know, poking holes in it. But it looks pretty good from the front here. I'm actually gonna move you guys up. Yeah. So this is actually the weapon of this guy. This guy, Dig, is actually a superhero in this universe. Sync is exactly like Game of Thrones, only in modern times and set in England. So basically it's set in like the ghettos of England, and it's called Sink Hill is the name of the town. And you know, it has sleazy developers, it has mad criminals, and you know, kind of like people like the Joker in it, you know, that kind of stuff. And so this guy is an immigrant from another country, and he was actually in Syria. I think it was Syria or Afghanistan, I forget which one, but he was in one of them, and he was fleeing from, like, you know, the bad guys there. And he ended up kind of learning how to use a shovel very well, let's just say. You know, he had to, you know, it's kind of like a Jason Statham movie or a, what's that other movies? But you know what I mean? Like he had to protect his family from the bad guys, right? So he beats them all up with a shovel. And he obviously digs their grave, right? That's why he's called Mr. Dig. Because, you know, if he beats you, it's not like Batman. He doesn't turn you into the cops. He literally like digs you a grave and throws you in it. Like, you know what I mean? Because he was dealing with like terrorists, right? Not just like average criminals, but like really, you know, bad ones, right? So he's protecting his family, and he moves to England, and he thinks like, oh, everything's gonna be fine now. Well, one thing leads to another, and Mr. Dig lives again, and he has to now protect his family and other people and other people's families from, like, you know, big bad corporations and all this kind of stuff. And so, you know, he kind of roams the world in that mask that you saw. That was he has like a fox mask. And he's really cool. You know, it's a very adult comic book. You know, a lot of, you know, violence and all that kind of stuff. That's why I said it's very similar to like a Game of Thrones type show. And I think eventually, I really do think once they, because this is actually issue 11 of the comic. And so I think, you know, once they hit like 50 or something, it's like, I guarantee HBO will buy this up and make this into a TV show. Like 100% can guarantee this will be a TV show at one point. Because it is that good, and there's a whole world, right? Like this is a villain, a hero, there are villains, and you know what I mean? So it's just like Batman or anything else, right? So it's one of those things, it's like, I know eventually this will be extremely popular. And so I wanted to, you know, kind of show the creators of this comic that, you know, they had some fans out there in the world, right? Because it's like, you know, a lot of people make a lot of rugs, but I'm probably the first one in the world to make a Sync rug, you know? And so I get, you know, it may not be the most popular thing right now, but for me, I was like, I needed to do something that I wanted. You know what I mean? Because this rug is ultimately for me. I'm not gonna sell this one. I'm gonna keep it for myself. And so that's why I wanted a matching set, right? And this is like a classic for them. They do white with black is like classic for them. They love, most of their logos, most of their stuff is white on black. I think because it's like, it's scarier. But yeah, so that's a little bit about this comic and a little about this superhero or anti-hero. This is like kind of what they would call people like him. You know, because he's kind of a good guy, but also you could say kind of a bad guy too, right? He's you know, hurting people, but you know, only bad people, right? But yeah, so I'm a real big fan of this comic. And I wanted to make something for myself. That, and also it follows my 2-color thing right now, where I only wanted to do 2 or 3 colors, you know, nothing, not like 50 colors or something like that. I did go to Joann's today and buy more yarn, and I bought 2 different ones. One will be for like a human. His name is Peter Berlin. He was a very famous gay actor a long, long time ago when you couldn't even legally be a gay actor. And he was an openly gay man and lived in Finland. and would be in magazines and all kinds of things, you know, like adult magazines. And I'm a real big fan of his. You know, he's no longer alive. I mean, this guy died in like the 80s. Like he's been gone for a little while now. And so I wanted to do a rug in dedication of him because he was one of those kind of like forgotten queer heroes because he was doing adult work. And so people sometimes are like, you know, they don't talk about him when they talk about, you know, LGBT people. And I'm like, well, he was really important to me. Because he was like this guy that was like, yeah, I'm gay, but also like happy and, you know, not, you know, sometimes it's overly sexualized or overly politicized. And he was neither of those things. He was just like attractive and did a lot of modeling and that kind of stuff. So we're a big fan of his. And so I'll be making a rug dedicated to him. Also, I'm going to keep too. Actually, I might sell that one, but I'll probably keep it just because, you know, I want it. And then in March, I will be doing 5 commissions. I already have 2 slots claimed, which one is for Shirley Girl and one is for Debbie Dew. Those 2 have already claimed slots, and so I will have 3 more commission slots available in March. So if you'd like to do that, you can contact me via Instagram. And so, boom, done, right? Pretty easy. You know, I wanted to do something simple just to kind of show you that this size only going to take so long, right? Like this one took me about an hour. This one's going to take me like 30 minutes, right? So it's like, you know, just kind of showing you guys the speed at which it can be done as long as the course is a reasonable thing, right? If it's, you know, I need it to be 7 feet wide, well, it's going to be a while. Good idea to keep these, yeah. Oh, so my hand, this is actually my first ever injury from the rug gun. So that guy right there is very, very sharp. See, very, very, very sharp. Because it's a needle, right? It's literally a needle, right? Because it means to poke it in here, right? And so what happened is I did this whole rug. Then I went to go snip, 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 snip. And I was on the other side, right? And the gun, I set it like right here, right? And so I'm standing right here and I go to turn around and then bloop, just hit my finger right on that and scraped my little finger right on there. Yeah, get you a little closer. Yeah, so literally I hurt my first official injury from rug tufting. And it's okay. Honestly, it's a scratch. It's just a little scratch. But I was like, you know what? I'm about to put, you know, a lot more rug dust and all that kind of stuff. And so I was like, and obviously, you know, it's Batman. You know it's Batman. Isn't that cute? It's a little Batman. But yeah. So, you know, I was like, for safety, trust me, it doesn't hurt. I'm 100% okay. Yeah, 100%. Like, I just didn't want the risk, you know, infection or anything like that, right? So I said, you know, put some hydrogen peroxide, put some stuff on it, like, and, you know, get it nice and clean, right? And honestly, I bet it'll be healed by tomorrow. Like, it was not a bad, like, I was not worried about it at all. So don't worry too much about me. But yeah, you know, safety first, right? So I always say safety first. And if I had this glove on this hand, it probably wouldn't even have happened, right? I just happened to like kind of both gloves individually there. What is this? Okay. Cool. My bad. I was getting the white going. All right. Let me load up that real fast. And then we'll keep going. But yeah, so I'm all good, all healthy. I want to move that computer up closer so I can read your guys' messages, or I'll get some kind of like computer stand so I can see it over here or something. I see some people use their cell phone to do it, but it's like, I'm using my cell phone. Okay, let's see. I think that's gonna be in the way there, right? There we go. Uh-oh. We're pulling. Come on, buddy. Yeah, come on. Yeah, sometimes it does that. It will like jam up inside of the machine. So give me 1 minute. It's like it won't cut clean sometimes. Good idea to wrap it up. Glad to not. Yeah, it was not a bad cut. No blood, nothing like that. Just a little scrape. But you know, safety, as I always say, safety first. You know, I always want to promote good habits on this channel. And also, I would say my lines are getting a bit straighter, like a little crooked right there, like this, and then it's like 1/8 of an inch higher there. So yeah, getting there, not perfect yet, but that's the other reason for doing this kind of like boxy stuff and letters stuff is that, you know, it gives me little bits to worry with, gives me big round stuff to worry about, right? So it's like, you know, that's why this also worked really well. And of course, working on my straight lines. Yeah, but I'm sure the people at Joann's are going to love me because I love this rug tufting. And so actually I was just looking into like, you know, how do you buy yarn in bulk? You know what I mean? I was like, I like this. I was like, we're going to keep doing this. So, and actually an update on that. Originally, I was planning on doing this for like 3 months and then switching over to resin. And I have since decided that resin will be like a once a month thing that I do starting in April, because it's actually too cold in my house to even be doing resin right now anyways. And then in summer, it's actually gonna be too hot. And so it's kind of a spring thing for me. And so I'll be doing, what it is, I'll be doing rugs like for 2 weeks basically in April and May. It'll be like 2 weeks of rugs and then like 1 day of doing, you know, resin work. The nice thing about this one is, because the bottom of all the letters are kind of dirty anyways, it's like, even if I screw up a little bit, it's still good, you know? I think that's actually probably too much there. Let's keep doing the bottom. Yeah, but comics like this are kind of like what I'm into. I love small indie people. I actually buy this off Kickstarter is where. Actually, I just got me a new, like, Mr. Dig #2, basically, is about to come out. And I already, you know, pre-ordered it on Kickstarter. And I'm, like, very excited for it. Every time I get it, the day I get it, I open the package and read it immediately. Like, I just love this comic. Kind of reminds me of my family a little bit. Also, I will be doing a Pokemon rug next week. That is another thing that I will be doing next week. So, I know most people that are watching are not going to know Pokemon, but I'll tell you a little bit about them. What it is there are different types. There's grass types and fire types, and they generally have different colors to them. So the fire will be red, and you know, the water one's blue, right? That kind of stuff. And so I happen to love the scary ones. They're called the dark Pokemon. And it's actually the most famous rug design there is, and it's called Gengar, who is basically a ghost, is what Gengar is. And he's very purple. Gengar is the third version of that Pokemon. Pokemon have the ability to, like, evolve. So they start out little and then become bigger and bigger. Well, most people do Gengar, which is the third and final version of the character. I am going to be doing this actual, like, the lowest version of that guy called Hunter. And the reason why is because, you know, I'm still a small up-and-coming artist, and so I was like, oh, instead of doing the final form, I'll do the first form, right? And then at the end of this year, I'll do the more advanced form, right? And I'll keep it, as I keep evolving, and my art keeps evolving, then I will make a better and different Pokemon, right? I thought it was a cute idea of, like, you know, as I evolve, so does my rug. So we've run out of one of them. That was all that was left of that one. So give me 1 second. I gotta put a new one on. Okay, hold on 1 second. Do I have them down here? You should be right here, right? No, that's the wrong one. Okay, hold on. I left them upstairs. I thought that would be enough, but that's all right. See, that's the other thing, right? I'm still not good enough yet to be like, oh, this is how much of this I need. So hopefully we have enough. All right, was there any more comments? Oh yeah, yeah. We played Pokemon together when we were little kids, or when I was a little kid. Oh yeah. Heck yeah. you know, someone has to beat the hard levels for me. That's just kind of how that is, right? But you know, nowadays, I'm a big adult. I beat all my video games myself. In fact, you can see me play and beat video games Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 p.m. And next week, I will be doing them at 7 p.m. at night. This will stay at 3, but the others are the video games will switch over to like 7 p.m. at night. The reason for that is I'm just kind of thinking that's more when people want to watch video games. Another thing that's really cool about the Pokemon rug that I will be making, it will be my first ever 2-piece rug. And what that means is it will have, the creature is a ghost, right? So his hands are actually separate from his body. So he has like, you know, just a floating little hand that can grab you, right? That makes it extra scary, you know? And so I will actually have, look at that. You see that? That's funny. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Can I get it to not be a ball? Oh, come on. Hold on, 1 second. I don't know what happened here. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna straight up cut that and then rethread it, and this one I need to, okay, yeah, oh, it's looking pretty good though, right? Almost done. And see, this is the, you know, the frustrating part about any kind of project, right? The little bits that like, oh no, I'm out of thread or something breaks, right? So just remember, if, you know, in your projects, that it's okay. It's not the end of the world. If something breaks, or, you know, you can always rethread it, redo it. They make seam rippers and all kinds of things, right? So it's okay. The music again is done by White Bat Audio, like B-A-T. And I get all my music from them. They do a lot of this like dark sounding music that you hear. And I see now the other one's doing it. You know what? All right, we're done with this. It's fine. I'll finish it up later. The other one is being, see, it got like tangled up as well. Somehow it got to a knot there. So we're just gonna call it there, and I will show you the next step. Because at this point, you know what it looks like. All right, you can see what it looks like, but we'll leave it like that for now. And move on to the next part. All right. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, you have a little bit missing right here, but you really can't even tell. So it's all good. But we'll fix that, I'll fix this myself, and then we'll have two matching rugs. There we go. All right. Yeah, so we have two matching rugs here. That's all right, and I'll trim it all up and all that, and we'll get it good. All right, let me do this for a second. Solo. So that way I can go move my other camera without you guys having to see my whole house. Okay. So, let's get these two going. Ready? Okay. Take this off. Because I gotta put my gloves on too. All right. So let's switch back over to this boy. Yeah, the rugs are set. Absolutely. And then, I'm gonna tag the creator in the post, and hopefully they will like it and comment on it, and I can get, more views on my channel. All right, I'm all gloved up. Okay, so what we have here are our transgender rugs. So remember last time what we did was I showed you color differences. So these are both pink, blue, white, right? And even the white, you can see has like a slight tinge to it, has a slight thing to it. So even the white can be different, right? The pinks are different, the blues are different. So when you're, buying and selecting, make sure you pick the right colors, right? So, and we haven't shaved this yet. This will be shaved next, and the lines will be even straighter, which is pretty cool. So here's what we're going to do. I bought, ta-da! Look at this fabric. Look how beautiful that is. All right, and so what we're going to do is put this as the back of the rug. And it's like a canvas material is what it is. Nice cotton canvas fabric, which I figured maybe is lower drag, so it should stay better. So what we do, I take my Roberts 82 try to clear it of any little bits that we can. I mean, this kind of stuff you can just leave. It's not going to be a problem. Okay. So I don't know, if this is going to show the glue or not. I really don't know. I bought this $4 a yard for this guy right here, which is not, let me tell you what, not a bad price. Ooh, I also bought, because, I can't freaking help myself. If that doesn't work out, I did buy more felt. So this is felt, and this is in a teal color. And what's cool about this is it's all recycled polyester. So it's all from recycled plastic bottles. So I thought that was really cool. Upcycling, $3, actually $3.50 a yard. This was $3.99 a yard. That one was $3.50 a yard. So again, basically the same price. So I was kind of just like, all right, well, I gotta, I gotta buy that, right? This one should be good. So we're gonna do what we call a rough cut, which is just like, I literally just kind of cut around it, leaving an inch or so. The reason for that is it's just easier. And then we'll cut it again once we flip it over and we can get like a really precise. But I thought it was cute because it had this like cute backing to it. So that way, if you ever like turn your rug over, you're like, haha, surprise, just like a fun little surprise. And I think that 3M strips should secure really well on here. So say you wanted to put this like on a wall, you'd be able to do that. Yeah, absolutely. Exactly, yeah, the back will be as beautiful as the front. Because otherwise, it's either going to be black, right? That's black felt. That's what I did the others in. That's kind of boring, right? So it's like, let's get something cool and still cheap, right? Like the felt only costs 25 cents more, or less, sorry. The felt only costs 25% less. So not even a big price difference there. Because I'm obviously not even using our yard of fabric here. So we do want to pick out anything we can. If it's loose, right, that's just going to mess with the glue. You don't want that. But these little strings are 100% fine. Not a big deal. So let's do it once more with feeling, I believe is the old saying. Making extra attention to the corners. And then I've always heard people say spray the other side a little bit too, just kind of helps. And then I like to do a little squeeze all on the corners there, making sure it just gets, nailed down into it. All right, and then we'll fussy cut this one too. This lady was really nice when she cut it out because it's a repeating pattern. She actually was like, oh, I'll stop it here, and gave me like an extra ½ inch of fabric because she wanted to get the pattern perfect. So, that's the advantage of shopping small, right? Joann's wouldn't care. They'd be like, oh, that's the size you get. Whereas, these people were very nice and were like, here, let's give you a little bit extra. So yeah, there you go. Now it's nice and backed. And, from there we can do other stuff. Next week, I do want to show you, specifically with that Mr. Dig, what we're going to do with that guy over there, right? Mr. Dig, I actually have some rings, some O-ring type stuff. And what's going to happen is we're actually going to put that into the back of this rug. So what you do is you actually cut a little hole, cut a little slit, and slide that. You put your hooks down first, glue them into the actual rug backing, then cut your little hole in this, slide it through. Then when you're gluing it all in, you can have it already for a painting, right? A painting would have those little hooks in the back, if you know what you understand what I'm saying, right? And so that way it turns into a wall hanging. The other way of doing it would be, see this banister here. I could sew a strip onto this, and that way it becomes, you know, a wall mount like that, right? So it'd be just kind of like hanging up right there, right? So we're gonna do that next week. Next week it's basically like, how do we, because this is a rug, right? But it's like, really, it's art. Yeah, really, it's art though, right? So what we're going to do is show, like right now, it's like literally, look on the floor, right? I'm literally stepping on my first rug. So, I mean, it is a real rug, but you can also use it as wall decoration. Very popular right now to do that. And so we'll show you next week how to do that. How to, you know, now that we've seen rugs, you've seen me make them, you've seen me glue them, you've seen me cut them, you've seen me trim them. What else can we do with them, right? And what other functionalities can we do? Because I'm also going to be making like a display case with like, you know, basically using this inside of like a shadow box. And then that's the background for the shadow box. And then you can put like, you know, your vacation posters or whatever, right? And this can be like the flag of Hawaii, or it could be, you know, whatever, right? Like your favorite baseball team. And then, oh, here's the ball that I won. And then this is like the back of it, or maybe even like, you know, you can go like that, right? And the ball's sitting here, right? So, you know, just kind of mulling over in my head, what else can I do with these amazing little rugs that I'm making? You know what I mean? So just something to think about. And if you have an idea like, oh, I wonder if it could be this or that, hey, put it in the comments below and I'll give it a shot for you, right? We can learn together if it works or not. Because I've been looking up all different types of ways of like mounting them. And that's actually where I got this idea from. Someone was like, oh, this is cheaper, so I use that. And I'm like, let me give it a try, right? If it's cheaper, hey, maybe that's the way I'll do it. If not, hey, at least we did it once. We know it worked or didn't, and we move on, right? That's the point of my channel, right? I get to show you guys the world a little dirtier, a little realer. A lot of people on YouTube only want to show you the finished product, the perfect stuff. I want to show you all my mistakes, all my trials and errors, and that way you can learn and you can see that stuff too, right? Because it's okay to mess up. It's all right to not be perfect, you know? We're all learning and practicing, becoming better people. That's why it's the house of improvements, not the house of perfect. Okay, so next we are going to, as you can see, my work surface is super clean, guys. Not really, it's very dirty. This is a commission I have for Umpty. If he was in here, I'd talk to him about it, but he's not here, so we'll talk to other people. It's all good. I'm taking some water real fast. Yep, house of improvements, not the house of perfect. I like that one too. All right, so let's put my rug over here and we're going to shave it. So we're going to go ahead and slide you guys on over. Eventually my goal is to get, you know, a few cameras and everything like that, and you won't have to have this messy little scene. But not yet, right? We'll get there. We'll keep on improving. So, what we need now is our little razor. And everything's all over the place because I just had to move it. What the heck is going on here? There we go. All right. So, let's see. Like that, it's good. So right off the bat, you do want to get all of it a little bit shaved. The reason for that will become very apparent here in a second. And that reason is uniform height. And also it gives a better color to it if you shave it a little bit. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Look at this one. If you look, I don't know if you can see it like that way, but this is not uniform, right? Whereas this one is. I get the rug that says shorty. That's cute. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm always afraid to cut stuff, but you know what? That's the joy of this channel. I can screw up for you. Well, yeah, so if you look here, and look here, I don't know how much it's going to show on camera, but it's like, this is now uniform. Whereas this is choppy. Uniform. Choppy, right? So that's why you shave the whole rug. The whole thing, even the, you know, the letters, the words, anything like that, it's all got to get shaved. And they make bigger shavers, just in case you're curious. I mean, they do make bigger ones. Obviously, right now, I'm only making 2-foot rugs. I don't need the bigger ones. But eventually, we'll get into that territory too, right? We'll get some nice stuff. And as I said, I will be having a few commission slots open. They will be limited to $50 rugs, meaning if you're looking for, you know, $1,000 big pieces, I'm not the guy for that yet. Stick by, please subscribe, because I mean, I'm not going nowheres, but you know, I'll be back next week and the week after that and all that, right? You'll be seeing rugs from me for the rest of the year. And the plan is realistically to make one or more a day, every day. So, I mean, you know, in the next 2 months, that's 60 plus rugs, right? That way I practice, and get to a point in March where I'm able to fulfill those commissions. And again, that will be limited to $50 or less, and will be limited to basically this size. But something like shorty or something like that, we can do that. And the rugs will be anywhere from $25 to $50, depending on your size. And will be limited to 3 colors. So just, you know, if you're thinking of something like that, feel free to message me. And if you are enjoying this stream, please hit that like button for me. It's at the bottom of your screen there. And if you hit that like button, I'd really appreciate it. Isn't that fun looking? Look at this like pile. And as you can see, they don't contaminate each other. You know what I mean? And I have a vacuum tube that will help clear that up. And this is why I like cutting after I shave, because that way I really know the boundaries of my piece. Because, you know, you could overcut or undercut, right? If you enjoyed today, feel free to share this stream with others. If you have any comments, suggestions, or ideas for future rugs, you can put them down in the comments below. I'm very, very open to trying different ideas out, maybe different yarns, different textures, you know, whatever we can. And we'll find fun stuff to do the next couple of months. All right. I don't know how to mute myself on this one. On this microphone, I actually don't know how to mute it. So I have to find some way of muting this thing. Okay. This process right here is called sculpting. And what it does is it actually makes a channel between each color, giving a more clear separation between the two. It is not mandatory. And so when I will be doing rug commissions, I will be asking, do you want it sculpted or not? Because some people don't like sculpted, because you can feel the difference in the sense of, like, you know, I am cutting away stuff, and so, you know, people can feel that. They'll see it and feel it. And so some people don't like it. Because, you know, it kind of makes strips, right? Instead of making one homogeneous rug. I would say if you go to, like, you know, a regular store and just buy a rug, none of those are ever sculpted. Sculpting a rug is very much an art piece kind of thing. And this is kind of a fast and dirty version of it. Okay. Okay. Now we gotta do one final trim. Ooh, also I bought a hot glue gun today, so I'm going to be using that sometime next week as well, and just kind of showing how I can use that. Boom. Ooh, I saw this guy the other day because, as I said, I'm watching a lot of rug content. And so I watched this guy the other day, and you know what he did? The back of all his rugs, right here in the center, he embroidered his freaking logo. I am going to steal that. I straight up commented, I was like, I am stealing this. This is too good of an idea for one man to do. I was like, this is such a good idea. And he was like, yeah, man, everyone loves that part. And I was like, heck yeah, man. So he basically went to an embroidery company, bought a bunch of his logo, and then fuses them on to the piece. So, you know, he made like little stickers, you know what I mean, or patches, whatever you want to call it. And then, you know, it infuses that or interfaces it on. And so I'm like, so jelly. I was like, I want that. So let's look at... Oh, there it is. I was like, where the heck did I put it? I'm actually going to cut this just so we can kind of compare it a little bit. So, here are the two rugs. All right. This, as you can see, it's like, it's hard to see on camera, but like they have like a kind of a like a ridge to them, a little bit of roundness, whereas this is 100% flat. Right? And so that's something that you're going to have to think about if you want to commission. What kind of commission would you prefer? Do you prefer this one solid piece, or this that you can see a little bit more distinctly? And then what you do for something like this is you actually go in there with a pair of tweezers and you pull this part from that part. And you like pull them away from each other. That's how you get that really, really clean. So, I mean, I'm kind of a fan of both of them. Even this one, it is like proper to shave it a little bit, right? You just do the top coat only. You don't do the rest of it. You know what I mean? So we'll do that now here. And again, this is something that's a pretty basic part of all rug construction. I don't have the kit yet to give it all uniform height, so we're working by the seat of our pants here, I believe is the old term. And technically, even this step, if you really wanted, could be optional, right? It's like, yeah, it's all what the person wants to pay for and how much time they want it to take. I'm kind of loving how these are the exact same size and shape. But as I said, I'm still learning this kind of stuff. But I'm enjoying the heck out of it. And I hope that you find a hobby in your life that you love. And I'd love to know about it. All right. Cool. I'm gonna turn this off real fast so I can vacuum. And look how much, that's the second time I've had to empty this thing. Look how much that's how much we took out. That's how much we took out of this. And the other one was full. And see, that says max right there, right? So it's like, we're filling this thing full. But yeah, there you go, guys. And then we'll finish cutting this little guy. And then I'll make sure that all its corners are glued down, and then this is a finished rug. And in the future, I am thinking about, you know, I won't do this every week of like, hey, let me take you start to finish through a rug. I think in the future, it's going to be like, we're just going to do, look at the rug or look at this, you know what I mean? Not always the whole process. This first month, I kind of wanted to like hammer home the whole thing, and then we'll go from there and kind of maybe 1 month do a theme. We can do holiday themes, you know, stuff like that, right? I'll vacuum more when you guys are gone. Okay. Boom. So these are my 2 transgender rugs. Looks like cotton candy. It does look like cotton candy. I agree, 100%. So these are my 2 brand new rugs with my brand new backing material on it. And you know, it will slide around. It's not, you know, slide proof by any means. And so you would put carpet, you know, tacks on it. The you know, you can buy rug, what do they call it? Rug grippies? Whatever you call them. You know what I mean? The stuff that holds rugs down. Rug tape, what do you want to call it? And so you could do that if you wanted to make it into a rug. You know, I still got to fix little things like that corner is kind of a little loose, right? So we'll fix that. And then there you go, 2 more rugs. And then on Tuesday, we'll show you how to do these 2. And we'll show you how to put some different backings on them so that we can turn these into wall hangings. And in fact, what's going to end up happening is I think I'm going to hang this up either in this room or some other room. And so we'll have it on permanent display here. So thank you guys so much for coming out and watching me. Hold on, how about this? Hey guys, thank you guys so much for coming out and watching me. I really appreciate it. My name is Chris Collected. I live stream 5 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, video games, Tuesday and Thursday, art. I also make things physically, specifically art. And then that will be available for sale on my website. Go to linktree/Chris Collected. And you can see all the cool stuff that I make. I'll be posting a lot of stuff on Instagram, just like how-tos and, you know, reels of all this stuff. That way I can get some more, you know, views. Right now I had like a 200% increase ever since I posted my first rug to my channel. So it's like, that's hecka good. You know, I need that. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for coming out, for watching me, for doing all this craziness that I do in my house. you too could do all this kind of craziness if you want, you know, pick up a new hobby, pick up a new profession, whatever you need, you know. For me, it was about happiness and love and, you know, figuring out myself and all kinds of fun stuff, right? Even nails are done again. You know it. From now on, always. They'll be painted for the rest of my life, you know. Once I got them painted once, they ain't gonna be ever not painted. So, you know. And I'll be setting up a P.O. box here soon, too, and doing all that kind of stuff. A lot of fun stuff. So, yeah, guys. Thank you guys so much. Let's see. Have a nice, very good show. Okay. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. Remember, trust in yourself, honor yourself and others, and create a world that's safer for everyone. And hopefully that's what I'm doing by, you know, helping people bring a little joy to their house and their life and their home decor, and hopefully help improve their attitude every time they see one of my little rugs or tote bags or whatever. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you tomorrow if you want to watch me play video games, or Tuesday if you want to watch me make those rugs, and we'll finish those rugs. I'll be gluing them by myself. You know, we've already seen that. I'll film it and put it online. It'll be a reel on Instagram, and then I'm gonna combine all the reels together, like 4 or 5 reels together, and put that on YouTube. So it'd be like 5-minute rug start to finish. Right? So I was making I'm making one today. Right? It was 39 minutes to make this. Just the white took 39 minutes. And that's how long the footage was, right? And so I reduced it. I put it at 1,000 times the speed, and it was still 3 minutes long. And I was like, well, reels can only be like a minute, and like shorts can only be like a minute. So it took so long today to like try to cut it down to being only a minute. So I'll put them all back up as a bigger thing too. You know what I mean? That way you guys can, hopefully I get more views. Some people maybe want the 5-minute version. Some people want the 1-minute version. Some people maybe want the 2-hour version, the hour version, right? That we're doing right here. So whatever it is that you like, make sure to smash that subscribe button. Okay. And then hit that like button on your way out, guys. Why don't you hit that like button for me right now? Thank you. Bloop. Thank you guys so much. I know I like you guys, and I love all these chats and all this stuff. Thank you guys so much. Remember, 5 commission slots open. Already have 2 taken. One for Shirley Girl, who wants a seashell and mermaid, and the other, which will be either Shorty or something. We'll figure out what Miss Debbie Do wants. All right, 3 more commission slots open for March. All will be $50 or less, and they will be, you know, this size, which is 2 feet. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you on the next one. Bye, you guys. See you later. And remember, safety first. Bye, guys. See ya.